Have you ever wondered how a handful of daring Norsemen launched raids, changed kingdoms, and became legends, turning the word Viking into a symbol of adventure and ferocity? Today, I'm breaking down how the Vikings shaped history and why their true story is way wilder than TV shows ever reveal. After years deep diving into Viking sagas, archaeology, and surprising Scandinavian secrets, I'm here to throw out Hollywood myths and show what made the real Vikings unstoppable. In the next 5 minutes, we'll discover where the Vikings actually came from, how they mastered the seas, their wild raids from Paris to Baghdad, surprising everyday life, and the reason Viking doesn't mean what you think. Wait for the final twist that flipped Europe's future forever. When most picture Vikings, they think horned helmets, brutal raids, and monster beards. But truth is, actual Viking helmets had no horns. They were practical, built for battle, not drama. Viking wasn't even a people's name. Instead, it was a job. In Old Norse, Viking means a sea raider, or expedition so. To go a Viking was to set out for riches, or exploration. These adventurers came from what's now Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, with some from Iceland and Greenland. At home, they were skilled farmers, craftsmen, and traders. But from the late 700s, as European kingdoms grew richer and ships advanced, some decided to hunt fortune abroad by raiding, trading, or discovering new lands. The Vikings' biggest game changer, their longships. Picture low, narrow boats with shallow hulls sprinting at speeds no rival could match. These ships glided up rivers, crossed open ocean, and even outran pursuit by oar or sail. This is how in 793, they struck the monastery at Lindisfarne, attack so shocking, it sparked panic across Europe. Over the next centuries, Vikings would raid English villages, storm Paris with siege boats, and trade furs as far as Baghdad and Constantinople. Their navigation skills used stars, sunstones, and even birds, plus nerves of steel and wild seas. Let's bust a myth. Vikings didn't just raid, they founded thriving trade cities like Dublin, ruled parts of Russia, and discovered North America, centuries before Columbus. Back in their villages, Viking life was surprisingly normal and equal. Women held property, ran households, and sometimes sailed off as warriors. Kids learned to wrestle and farm, and most people lived in wooden longhouses warmed by fire. Vikings valued storytelling, runic writing, and crafted gorgeous jewelry. Their religion was complex. Gods like Odin, Thor, and Freya ruled with thunder, wisdom, and love intertwined. They believed in Valhalla, an afterlife for battle heroes, but also feared darker fates from monsters and magical mischief. After centuries, the Viking Age faded, not because they vanished, but because they adapted. Many settled abroad, like the Normans in France or explorers in Greenland. Their influence changed languages. Did you know Thursday means Thor's Day? And their art, ship design, and even law shaped the modern world. The last twist, the Vikings helped forge the world's first parliaments. In Iceland, the Althing gathered chieftains for peaceful debate, not sword fights. If you're fascinated by how a small band of explorers could rewrite history, hit subscribe for more true stories with wild twists. Every week we dig deep into epic history and burst the myths. Want to know how a Viking explorer landed in North America and left mysterious runes behind long before Columbus set sail? My next video uncovers exactly what they found on those distant shores and why some clues are still baffling scientists. Don't miss out, these are the stories everyone wishes they learned in school.